Kia ora, Grant Whitbourne here. Welcome to video 3 in this 5-part video series on questions in Te Reo Māori for beginners. Now, in the last 2 videos, which I hope you've already checked out, we looked at who and we looked at when. In this video, we're going to look at what. That's right. Video 3 is all about what. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Let's jump across the screencast and check it out. Okay, very simple, straight into it. What, the Māori word for what is aha. So if you see the word aha, most of the time it's going to be asking a question about what. Now, like I said in the first video, a lot of the time when we're looking at questions, the word stands alone in isolation. It's really the preceding word that comes before it that defines exactly what we are talking about. So we'll cover a couple of examples here, and hopefully this will start to make a bit more sense to you. So, kei te, let's have a bit of screen space here. Kei te aha koe. So, kei te, if you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably seen the things that I like to focus on first are these what we call active sentences, where we're talking about kei te, now, present tense, the verb, what someone is doing, and then the person that's doing. So, kei te aha koe. What are you doing? Or if we wanted to break it down, into each section, we could probably say, kei te is what doing you. And take this bit out. Is what doing you? What are you doing? The response, kei te, we'll keep it simple, noho o. Is what sitting me. Now, it starts to get a little bit confusing when we write it this way, as opposed to that last video where we said the structure of the sentence between English and Māori is very similar. This, it's not, so this is a little bit more confusing, and I think sometimes when you write it like this, it can make it even more confusing. So I'm going to delete these out now. Kei te aha koe. What are you doing? I am sitting. So you see here, all we have to change between here is the word aha. We just replace the word aha, which means what, with the action. Noho, could be sitting, could be standing, could be talking, could be laughing, could be running, could be drowning, could be anything. It's all about what that person at the end here, or the thing that's there, is doing. Now, I had to change O here because, we're talking about, I'm saying me, what are you doing? And then the person obviously can't respond with you. They have to talk about themselves as the word me. So we add O in there. But we'll change this up. Kei te aha te kuri. What is the dog doing? Kei te aha te kuri. Kei te noho te kuri. The dog is sitting. The dog is sitting. Kei te aha te kuri. Kei te noho te kuri. So that's the first example that we're going to look at with aha in this real simple active sentence. When we're talking about what something or someone is doing, we can, instead of sticking a verb in there, we can add the word aha, and that will make it a question about what someone or something is doing. The next one we can look at, which you might have seen in some of the other videos, is he aha tēnei. What is this? In an earlier video, I looked at the word core, and I said core meant, it's used when we're talking about specific. So sometimes you could almost translate it as the word specifically. When we look at the word he, it kind of means the opposite of that. And he, we can usually translate to a or some. So a dog, he kuri, versus the dog, te kuri. So we're saying, what is this? And the response is he kuri tēnei. This is a dog. That's not the dog. It is a dog. I don't know specifically what dog it is. I don't know whose dog it is. I don't know what type of dog it is. I don't know where it's come from, who it belongs to, any of that stuff. I just know it is a dog. I don't know the specifics about it. That is what he aha tēnei really talks about. He aha tēnei. What is this? He kuri tēnei. This is a dog. Now, if you want to check out some of the other videos, I cover in more detail over tēnei, tēnā, and tērā. I don't need to cover it here. You can check out some of those other videos, but really, this is just another example of using aha. In the previous example, we used aha in terms of an action. So we replaced aha with an action word. In this video, we're using it to describe a thing, this being the dog. So we replace the word aha with dog. He aha tēnei, he kuri tēnei. Another one, ko te aha tēnei. Very similar. Ko, what is this? And I'm going to write specifically in here. What is this specifically? Is that how you spell it? Yeah. Ko te aha tēnei. Ko te kuri tēnei. This is the dog. Now, before we were looking at he aha, meaning a or some. This is a dog. Now we're talking about this is the dog. This is the dog. Ko te kuri tēnei. This is the dog. So that's another example of where we can use aha. We just replace aha with the word kuri, or the thing that we are talking about. It's not action in this sense. It's just an object, or it's someone or something. So that's video 3 done in this 5-part video series. So far we've covered who, we've covered when, we've covered what. Next we're going to cover where. So make sure you check out video 4 so we can have a look at where and how we can use where in our sentences and our conversations.